City of Powell River is closely monitoring COVID-19 emergencies and following the orders and recommendations of the provincial health officer and the federal and provincial governments. New updates and any changes to the city's responses and actions due to the COVID-19 situation are posted on the city's website, Facebook page, and Twitter feed. To start, all travelers returning to Canada with the exception of what the federal government is calling essential workers will have to enter a mandatory 14-day quarantine as of midnight. That was yesterday. This is a legal obligation. So if you're coming back from outside of our country, unless you're an essential worker, by law, you must stay home for 14 days. And I really urge all of you to do that because we know some folks aren't, and appreciate the compliance, and it is a legal obligation. The city strongly urges the public to continue to follow the provincial health officer's recommendation for the social distancing, 6 feet or 2 meters. If you do not need to leave your home, we urge you not to do so. But if you need to go to the doctor, if you need to go to the pharmacy, the grocery store, the lawyer, then you need to. Businesses that must close under the orders of the provincial health officer are bars, nightclubs, pubs and restaurants except for takeout, personal establishment services, haircutting, nails, spas, massages, tattoo parlors. So those are the only facilities that are legally needing to close. The rest of the businesses, please pay attention and observe and give a good example and tell your patrons that they must adhere to social distancing. And our bylaw officers will be walking about the community just expressing the orders of the public health office. But in these cases, they are law that we have just mentioned. In regards to local businesses, throughout its business retention and expansion program, the City of Powell River is seeking input from local businesses on how they have been affected by COVID-19 state of emergency by completing a short survey. The COVID-19 business survey, along with important resources for businesses, is located at the city's public engagement platform, Participate Powell River. So please, local businesses, if you would go to that website, Participate Powell River, and let us know how your businesses are affected by COVID-19. City and school district playgrounds have been closed. Playfields and parks will remain open, but physical distancing requirements must be followed. Walking, hiking, and bike trails remain open. But again, physical distancing must be followed. BC Ferries is asking people to limit themselves to essential travel only. The schedules are largely the same with minor adjustments. Customers are required to use an electric form of payment or a BC Ferry Experience card. Food and retail services are shut, and passengers are encouraged to remain in their vehicles. Only BC Ferries has the power to adjust whether the ferries will be coming in or not coming in or going to essential services. The City of Powell River, the Regional District of Coahoma Nation do not have the power to close down the ferries and tell people not to come here. That is at the discretion of BC Ferries. All city buildings are closed to the public, but the business of running the city continues with some changes. If you have urgent business with the city, one-on-one, appointments can be made with staff, which can be contacted through the phone numbers and emails listed on the city's website and notices on the doors of our facilities. Any payments can be made by placing them in the drop box at the front of City Hall. Although the airport terminal building has been closed, the city's airport continues to operate as normal. Garbage and recycling services continues, but the collection of organic waste will stop Monday, March the 30th, until further notice. Garbage tags are no longer required for curbside pickup. Each household is allowed 2 bags. Please limit the size of the bags to 12 kilograms. So, 2 free bags, 12 kilograms, no cost until further notice. We urge the public to not flush wipes down the city toilet, down your toilets, even if they say they're flushable. We urge the public not to flush wipes down the toilet, even if they say they're flushable. White toilet paper disintegrates into pulp when it flushes. Other things that get dropped into the toilet clog the pipes and pumps, creating flatbirds that damage the sewer systems and could cause sewer backup into your home. So please, don't flush those items down the toilet. On Monday, through the Emergencies Operations Center, all 3 local governments, in conjunction with the Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Association, requested that all visitors postpone trips to the region from Saltry Bay to Lund, including Savory Island and Muscovy Island and Texada Island. This request was not made lightly. We're following the advice of the provincial and federal leaders. I've lived here my entire life and raised children and grandchildren in this community. I can't express how proud I am of all of our residents and their conduct during this terrible and frightening emergency. With all my heart, I thank the doctors, nurses, and caregivers who are risking their own health for the well-being of others in our community. They are heroes. I also want to recognize our staff for their working tirelessly under tremendous stress to keep our city safe. Remember, we're Powell River. We do things together. And when this is over, we will be stronger, more compassionate, and more determined. God bless you all.